Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Dr. Haley. Mother. If you ever see a turtle sitting atop a 10-foot post, you can be assured of one thing. He had some help getting up. Today I stand here as a turtle, and this is the lady who helped me. Yvonne Thomas is my friend, my business partner, my life partner, and my chief cheerleader. Now, being from St. Augustine and growing up on what was then Palmo and now Twine Street, you all know that I was not to the manor born. So when I met Yvonne, she knew she had some work to do. And the truth be known, I married up. Yvonne was the first African American to graduate from the University of South Carolina. They did not treat her very well there. As it was the University of Georgia and Ole Miss, she had indeed a difficult time. But she is a very brave and determined woman. I constantly tell her that she is indeed my hero. And so we had been married for a few years, and she summoned up that courage that she had at the University of South Carolina, and she decided to take me home to meet her parents and the rest of the family. With a lot of rehearsing of my diction and making sure I had good syntax, she thought I was ready to go meet her parents and her family. So I did. And folks, when you go to meet your wife's family, and you're doing all of the talking, and they're just sitting there staring at you, and every once in a while nodding and then looking at each other, it gets very lonely. So her three sisters finally said, Yvonne, can we see you in the kitchen? You know that's not good. So I kind of eased over and to the kitchen door, and I eavesdropped a little bit. And I heard somebody say, tell me again why you married him. But I'm here to tell you, Yvonne stuck up for me. Okay? She said, I overlooked his faults. And I sold his needs. The lady stuck up for me. The guys, marry up and marry somebody who will stick up for you, okay? Dr. Haley, when I think of you, I think of that point which states, in the morning, little children will take pictures of you and they will cut them out into the shape of stars. And they will fling them to the heavens. And that garnished sun will not shine half so bright because you are so fine, my friend. You are so fine. You have always been my hero. This is indeed a very, very special occasion for me. Coming back to my hometown and being asked to address you on this very very special occasion. This morning, I was on CBS with Russ Mitchell, and the good folks from CBS sent a car over to where I was staying at the hotel to pick me up. And I had to stop and think about that, about the distance that we have come. For a black man to get a phone call from a white man and said, I'm sending a car to pick you up. And it's a joyous occasion. We didn't come a third piece. But anyway, the man came in the limousine to pick me up. A little white guy about like that. That in itself was history kind of turning itself on its head. He got out and, of course, opened the door for me and said, Mr. Thomas, it is my pleasure. And as we were driving along, going to Jacksonville, he said, you sound a lot like my favorite actor, Morgan Freeman. Well, that was quite a compliment. And he said, you know, I love Morgan Freeman. And that movie, Driving Miss Daisy, that's my favorite movie. I see it all, I can see it all the time. So I said to him, well, that's wonderful. Kind of let you see how history kind of reverses itself a little bit. And he didn't quite know what I was talking about. They're going to do a sequel to Driving Miss Daisy, and you're going to be in it. He said, yeah. I said, it's going to be called Driving Mr. Thomas. This is an occasion where we unveil a statue and a tribute to heroes, to my heroes, the night marches. Long overdue, and I certainly do appreciate the remarks of the mayor, and I see so many of you here who not only embrace the history, but who are determined that these kinds of things will never happen again. And it is your presence here, and I feel your hearts and your goodwill, and I know that this will never happen again, and St. Augustine is indeed on the move to better times.
Yeah.
It's not the critic that counts, nor is it the one who will say of the doer of deeds, oh, I could have done that better. And it certainly is not the individual who can point and say, see, the strong man has stumbled. No, the credit actually belongs to the man, woman who is in the arena, whose face is covered with mud and blood, and who tries and comes up and comes short again and again. But he keeps trying, because he knows that in the end, he will know the great enthusiasms of high achievements. But if he fails, he will fail while daring greatly. The night marchers did not fail. They did dare greatly. And when President Johnson signed the '64 Civil Rights Bill, you did indeed enjoy the great enthusiasms of your high achievement. For the St. Augustine night marches, let's hear it again.